Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday afternoon. You know, it's going to be, moving forward, it's going to be about the colder temperatures. So in reflection, this is where we started this morning. And of course, many of you had that heavy wet snow this morning outside your door. Most areas starting to snow around the 5 a.m. time frame. Some of us lingering throughout the day like Montrose, but Grand Junction pretty much finished about 8, 9 o'clock this morning with the snow showers. Started our day in Montrose and Grand Junction in the upper 20s. Now, these low temperatures this morning, this is where we should be tonight at midnight. That's already sub-freezing temperatures. And then moving forward into tomorrow morning, we're expecting lows for the Grand Valley in the mid-20s, for Montrose and Delta right around the 20-degree mark. Now, thankfully, we still have partly cloudy skies in our forecast tonight, so that may help us hit these numbers and not go any colder. If we were clear, we would have some significant problems. But you can see right now temperatures at the freezing mark for Montrose. Sub-freezing is just around the corner. For Grand Junction, another 10 degrees, we're going to be there. So I mention this because tomorrow morning, we have a freeze watch that got upgraded to a freeze warning, and that is specific to the Grand Valley, especially the growth interests on the east end of the Grand Valley, up on East Orchard Mesa, down along G Road. A lot of these orchards are interested in how cold we're going to get. This freeze tomorrow morning and Thursday morning, the window for it is quite large. We're talking about just before midnight tonight, getting below the sub-freezing temperatures and remaining as such through early tomorrow morning. So that is not an ideal situation if you have fragile plants on your patio, outside in your garden, or if you have an orchard. So you need to take efforts to protect those plants. Bring them inside, cover them. Mitigative efforts would include, in some of those large operations of orchards, running irrigation and also turning that fan on. So a lot going to be happening tonight. All eyes will be on the T-stat, the thermometer, see how low that mercury goes. It's all because of our current storm system exiting well into the central time zone. Now for Colorado, that means just barely lingering snow showers. We've had Interstate 70 open and close periodically throughout the afternoon as a result of icy and slick conditions. So if you have to continue traveling over I-70 tonight, you need to be careful because we're on the backside of the system and we still have breezy conditions, but more important than that lingering wind around the 20 and 30 mile per hour zone tonight and tomorrow. More important than that will be the drop in temperatures. And of course that freeze warning, not just for tomorrow morning, also on Thursday morning. I want to reiterate, the window for those cold temperatures is much larger than last week. And that's going to create some problems. Frigid temperatures to start your day tomorrow. Slow recovery tomorrow afternoon. Not by much, though. We'll still be below average temperatures in the afternoons, barely into the upper 50s. But we're going to take it as we can because we will get improving afternoon temperatures later this week. Now, as far as the wind goes, we're still dealing with 20 and 30 mile per hour winds. We're going to keep wind in this forecast through the upcoming weekend. So if you were thinking about skipping out of here without winds, that's not exactly the case. Right now, we have sustained winds around 10 to 20 miles per hour. Wind gusts. Now, a lot of these were achieved, like the 60 mile per hour blast for Montrose, the near 50 mile per hour blast for Grand Junction. A lot of these were achieved right around the 2, the 3 o'clock hours in this morning. From midnight until 6 a.m., we were still blasting a lot of these wind speeds. So the strength of the wind was felt during the overnight hours as expected. And then throughout the day today, somewhat subdued, but still a little breezy out there. On radar, rather quiet. We do have some lingering, and we expect lingering showers along the divide. But for the most part, it's quiet. We're just dealing with partly cloudy skies. Again, I'm hopeful we keep those partly cloudy skies during the overnight, and I think we will. We will not clear rapidly. If we did, we would drop those temperatures significantly. Still have winter storm warnings in those zones, the Glade Park, Uncompahgre area, also the Grand Mesa, north, central, southern mountains. We did get some decent snow totals out of this for Mesa County. Up on the Grand Mesa, 7.5 inches, unofficial, but Colburn and the Redlands, 4 and 5 inches, all the way lowering down through Fruita, Loma, Clifton, and Mac down to the 1-inch category. I think Grand Junction officially hit 1.2, but still waiting for that information from the National Weather Service. And then looking around Montrose County and Ouray County, some interesting snow totals around the area. Montrose started snowing last night and didn't stop until this morning. In fact, later this morning, we still were registering light snowfall. So, not a surprise if you watch the forecast, but you need to pay attention. WesternSlopeNow.com or check in with us regularly. Tomorrow afternoon, temperatures don't really improve in the afternoon hours. We should be in the mid-60s this time of the year, so we're going to fall short of that until we get to the Thursday-Friday period, and then that's when we start to see those temperature improvements for the afternoon hours, and mid-60s, mid-30s. That's the average low-high temperature. We'll be there by the end of the work week. We're going to feel those wind speeds throughout the course of the weekend, and getting into the weekend, we do have some temperature improvements and better sky clarity, but these next couple of mornings are going to be below average for the low temperatures.